Hey, guess what, guys? We're back. And we're rank 69 in our new patch edition of Bronze to GM. This time, we're getting crazy. We're not just going random the whole way. We're going all the way with Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. All the way. Each race with its own trials, pathways, I don't know, everything. Each race, guys. This is the first game of Bronze GM right here, right now, which is why this is such a long intro for all three, because there won't be this long of an intro for the Zerg and Terran one. But we're going to be doing all the way from Bronze 3 to GM with every race on the North American server. And if you guys have never seen me do a Bronze GM before, the way we do it is I show you what you should be doing at any given league of any given division, basically. So this is going to be a Bronze 3 Bronze to GM episode right here. First edition. If you're someone who's in Bronze, just know this is all you gotta do to win, okay? Are you guys ready? This is it. Protoss versus Terran. I'm not gonna do unrealistic things. I'm gonna do things you should be doing. This is basically teaching you how to do the right things and not do the wrong things. Now, first of all, don't fucking micro anything, okay? I don't want you microing anything. Notice how we didn't even micro the probes there? That's totally fine. I just physically clicked on the Nexus as fast as I could when the game started, and I made a probe. That's all I did. Okay? That's all I did. Now, against Terran, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a trick, a little bit of a tip. You should do this. Notice how I just built my first pylon and a bit of a wall next to my mineral line. This is really nice. Because what happens? Raise your hand if you're a Protoss player and you're like, every time I play against Terran, Reapers are super annoying. Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. So let's go ahead and make it harder for a Reaper to do anything by ruining his life, by putting buildings in his way. Okay? That's all we're going to do. Just ruin his life. Now we can go ahead and chrono boost our Nexus because, you know, we have the pylon done and we have the money. We can do it. Go ahead and chrono boost. Throw it out there. Go ahead and make a second pylon the same way. Put it like right here. Just make it harder for him to get into our mineral line and harass us. And I'm not going to scout anything, guys. It's pointless. We don't need to worry about that. We just need to worry about our build right now. Don't distract yourself. Okay? Just worry about our build for right now. Let's chrono boost again. Go ahead and make a gas number 2 really fast. And let's start. We have 16 on the mineral line. Let's go ahead and start rallying our gases to our, what's it called? Our probes to our gases. So we got 3 probes here waiting to go. We have another probe coming here, ready to go. Now we're going to make a, we have 22 probes now. We have 3, 6, and then 16, which is 22 in total. It's 3 on each gas and 16 on the mineral line. Now we're going to make another probe, a 17th probe, and he's going to go all the way down to my natural. Meanwhile, we're gonna make a Nexus down here. And we're going to go back up to the main and just chill for a second. Just like up here or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Just run the probe back for a second. Now we're going to make a Stalker. And we're going to chrono boost that gateway. We'll start a warp gate. And we'll go ahead and make gateway number 2 right now. With this probe that we just pulled back. Now let's go ahead and start remaking probes again now. Once again. Now that we're ready to go. Start probe production up once again. And we'll make a pylon down here. And now every probe we make can just go long distance mining to the mineral line. And now we have a Stalker. Stalker can chill. We'll just have the Stalker literally sit defensively on our base. That's all we're doing. Defensive Stalker, guys. Defensive Stalker. So this build is an economical opening that is safe. So now when we get enough resources, or not resources, when we get enough energy to chrono boost again, we're going to once again chrono boost the Nexus. We're going to go ahead and make a sentry, just 1 sentry this time, out of the second gateway when it's done. We're also going to now make a Robo. And we can go chrono boost now on both our Nexus because the other one just finished. And when a Nexus finishes, it has enough energy to chrono boost right away. So don't stop pro production. Just keep it going. And now, once we made 1 sentry, that's good enough. We'll go back to making Stalkers again. The only reason why we're making 1 sentry is so that we can have the option to scout at some point if we want to, or we can use like a guardian shield or something if he attacks me. It's very basic. We're not gonna make any more. We're not going mass entries. It's just one. Keep making probes though. This is an updated version of Bronze Gym, guys. This is the new patch. New patch, new things, new possibilities. Also, I'm gonna give you guys some better information than I did last time. So stalker, we're making a couple more stalkers, and we'll make a observer right now. First thing we'll make is an observer, just in case this guy attacks me with like some weird ass Widow Mine drop or something like that. You never know. Terran's weird. We'll just make an observer first, and we'll keep it defensive. Now we can start saturating our gases. We'll put 3 and 3, and we'll make another building over here. We'll make the Robo Bay, and we'll make another gateway. And we'll also make a forge. All 3 buildings at the same time. Robo Bay, Gateway, and Forge. Or sorry, yeah, Gateway, Forge, Robo Bay. Alright. Now we can start making, we'll make an immortal, just 1. Keep making probes. Let's chrono boost them again. Add that. And now we'll make a Colossus. A Colossi. And notice how we're kind of chilling still? Go and start weapons on my upgrade. And make up more stalkers. And now we're about to be at 17 out of 16. So let's grab a probe. Send it to a new base. And let's go ahead and take another Nexus now. That way, the 2 probes that are about to finish are going to now saturate the rest of our natural. Make a Nexus. Make a pylon for warpins. And now let's re-rally all 3 Nexus to here. And start making probes again. Keep making probes. We have an immortal. And now let's start Colossus range on the Robo Bay we just made. And now that we've made this as well, it unlocks the ability to make Colossus. Let's start making Colossus. We're gonna go to the pylon, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Keep making probes. And now we're just making Stalkers and Colossus. And chrono boost our Nexus one more time. Make some more Stalkers with our extra money. And you can see our supply is getting kind of high. So let's make another pylon down here, and maybe like a second pylon. We'll just make a couple extra pylons for the 3rd base, for extra, just in case we need it for warpins. So he doesn't just target one down and deny it if he attacks me. Now look at my sentry. It's getting to that time where we're like, all right, let's go ahead and hallucinate a Phoenix. Let's grab it. Let's just click one of his bases, like his 3rd base. Hold shift, go over here. Keep holding shift, click his natural. Keep holding shift, click his main. This will just give us an idea of how many bases this guy's working with right now. That's it. We're not worried about anything else. We don't care about anything else. We're not going to look at his composition. We're not going to look at anything. We're not going to try and actually read what's happening. We just want to know how many bases he's on. And he actually killed me here with a couple bunkers and a turret. Who cares? Whatever. The Phoenix is dead. The hallucinated Phoenix is dead. We're still making probes. We're actually going to start gases here. And let's go ahead and start a second forge. A Twilight Council. And now let's even make a few extra gates. We'll make like 4 extra gates now because we're getting really saturated, really high. So it'll be like gateway, 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 gateway. That's 3. This is gonna be 4. There we go. We got 4 gates. And now we'll send a couple probes down to my 3rd base because it's we're getting oversaturated in the main. And finally, last thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna start another base. Start another base. Okay. Now we can start more upgrades on our buildings here. We can start chrono boosting our upgrades now because our probes are pretty much done. As you can see, we have full saturation of every mineral line right now. 16, 16, and 14 on 14. Let's go ahead and keep making probes though on our new base up until we're at about 75. Okay, 75. That's the sweet magic number we're looking for. Make a couple more pylons because we're getting close to supply blocking. And keep chrono boosting our upgrades, and we can get charge as well. All right, we'll get charge on our Twilight Council, so we can make more stalkers for right now. And I would say, now really watch your Nexus. So we have 14. Let's go ahead and send a couple of guys over here. And what's our probe count? 73. Let's make 2 more. There you go. So now we have 5. We have enough probes in production to hit 75, and we're good to go. And now, chrono boost, chrono boost, chrono boost. We have our upgrades being chronoed. Colossus being made again. And now we're going to start going into Zealots. When you get to about like 140 plus supply, let's start making Zealots. Because we'll have now we're going to finally add in the meat shield to our army for when we actually want to attack this guy. Make another pylon, pylon. And finally, the last thing we can do is we can make a Templar Archives, which we can make Archons out of in a little bit, if it gets to that far. Chrono boost, chrono boost, chrono boost. There we go. Everything's being chronoed. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do a timing when we max out. Okay, this is going to be a defensive, just chill max game right here. We're almost maxed around 9 minutes. We'll be like 9:40 or so about when we max. It's going to be very soon. Upgrades are finishing. Cool. Chrono. Charge just finished. Let's start another Colossus. And let's make another round of Zealots. So we're very close to maxing again at 940. We're 10 supply off. And we're at 75 probes. That's good stuff. Make a couple of gases here. And here's what I want to do. I want you to click your whole army. And I want you to go like this. Click. And don't even fucking look at it again. Just literally go back to your base. Now we're almost maxed, like we just talked about. We can actually just max right now. Whatever, we're maxed, yay! Let's actually just go like this now. Gateway. Let's double our gateway count. We're at 6 right now, so now we're gonna go to 12. So we just made another 6 gates right there. Cool. So now we have a lot of gates. We can chrono boost our upgrades. And we'll try to keep making Colossus as soon as we lose some supply. But now, if you look at our resources, we have so much gas compared to minerals. This next round of units, if we lose this fight, this next round of units we can make Templars with now. So we can start making some Archons. And then we can be like, oh, let's saturate our gases. Mineral fields are being depleted, so we have 1 extra probe there. 2 extra probes here. Space is good. Good. Let's even take another probe off this base. Just 1. And let's go build like Nexus, Pylon. Cool beans. Let's go look at my army. Oh. Okay, well, cool. The game's over. We were gonna then be like, all right, let's send the army into the main now. But that was literally just a macro build. We're just focusing 100% of our attention on macroing up, guys. Just macro that shit up. And that's a solid build for this patch. For bronze. For bronze. That's a solid ass build. And see, Joy says, I wish I could max at 10 minutes. You totally can. We played at 99 APM. I'll try to see if I can get a thingy, the different overlay, if I can. Console. Okay, I have remastered Terran somehow. Oh, there we go. Protoss. Boom. Okay. So now we have an APM counter as well. There you go, guys. For Zerg, we'll do remastered Zerg, and for Terran, we'll do remastered Terran. So I don't forget to do this later. Alright, let's play another game. But you totally can. 100% you can. You can do this as well if you're someone in Bronze. Bronze 3 at that. If you're in the lowest league possible in StarCraft 2, you could do this because I'm giving you a guide as to what's important, and it's just macro. It's just step-by-step macro. Your eyes should be basically doing this, okay? I want you to look at the top right of the screen often, and I want you to look at the center of the screen often, because you're going to be using things in the center of the screen, and you need to like, here, I'll just try and explain it like this, okay? I'm just going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. We're against a Zerg, okay? Keep that in mind. Zerg player. We're going to make a probe. We're going to rally our Nexus over to here. Nexus point being rallied right here. And we're going to keep this really simple for Bronze. I'm not going to rotate probes in and out. Nexus being, we're going to make the wall here. Make the pylon right there. The reason why we're making the pylon right here, oh god. The reason why we're making the pylon right here is because we want to have, if you notice, oh, as soon as I have enough money, it's perfect range of the whole ramp. You can see the outer ring touching barely both sides. I can squeeze like a gateway in on both sides. We're still making probes. Now we're gonna make a gateway. And the way you can also test it if you're not sure about things. By the way, keep in mind we're still making probes, okay? Don't forget about that. And we're also chrono boost. The way you can test it is you can be like this. I want to click my probe right here. If your probe runs around, you've done it correctly. If your probe runs through right there, you've done it incorrectly. So that's how you can tell if you've actually walled properly or not. We'll make a gas and a second gas, and we'll keep making probes. And we'll chrono boost again. And then we're going to make we'll make a second pylon like over here. This way when it's done, I can see the rocks, and also it gives a backup pylon to the front wall here. And now when this is done, we'll make a forge. And now there should be one little gap right here, which a unit can go into. And because we're not scouting, let's just do this. I'll say, guys, make a zealot. Just make a zealot, okay? Now we have 16 on the mineral line, and we have we're about to have 3-3 on both gases because we have you know, the probe being made. Now our next minerals are going to be invested into making a nexus, and our zealot when it comes out. So we'll do nexus first. Now our zealot when it comes out, we're going to put it on hold position right there, and now we'll try and run a probe around it and see what happens. See if we made the wall correctly. And now that we're saturated here and we have a natural started. Okay, it's a little funky. This wall is a little weird, guys. So we see we messed up a little bit. Screw it. Let's just do this. Make a pylon. Now put the zealot right there instead. And now try and run a probe into it. Now the probe is an idiot, so it works. It worked. This wall is weird. This map's ramp is so weird. This is like the hardest ramp ever to wall on. So now we're chrono boosting again the probes. And we're going to start making stalkers, just like last time. We're going to make like a stalker first, and then we'll make one sentry. And the sentry is once again for the purpose of we'll eventually make a hallucinated phoenix. But we're opening with a stalker. So and then now we also have enough money. We have enough gas and money built up. Let's make a robo. Cool beans. Keep chrono boosting probes. A big tip you can do, and for yourselves, is hotkey all of your nexus to the same hotkey. So you can keep bouncing to like -5. I can keep being like 5, 5, chrono, 5, 5. I can keep hitting it over and over and being like, let's make probes. It's important. You have not enough minerals. And now we have, and there you look an overlord. Let's not bring our sentry. Let's just send the stalker up there. We'll just right click right there, and we're gonna let it go. And now chrono boost is not up yet. We don't have any active. And now we're going to start a robotics bay. We'll start a forge. Don't worry about SimCity too much right now. It's really not that important, other than the ramp. Like, I don't care how it looks. It can look super ugly and you're fine. We'll make an observer first. Again, just one observer right now. Let's make a couple gases because we're about to be fully saturated on our nexus. Chrono boost. Okay, cool. And keep making stalkers. Make probes. Look at the top right. Be like, oh, our supply is getting kind of close again. If it's within 10, you're getting close. And you need to make another pylon like immediately. And now we can start making a weapon upgrade, Colossus, and Colossus range as soon as we have the gas. Keep making probes. Then we'll send a probe now that we're fully saturated on the natural again. Let's send a probe down to my third base, just like we did last time. And look at our supply. It's getting close. We'll start a nexus and we'll start a pylon. Always start a pylon in combination with your nexus every time, because this way you can warp and stuff at it if need be. Start Colossus range. And we chrono boost our nexus again. Re-rally all my nexus to my third base, because it's now the new base that needs to be saturated. Make another pylon over here. Supply is getting close again, as you guys can see. And we're making stalkers. I am here in the shadows. You just F2 it. It's not a big deal for now. Like, here's what I just did. I hit the select army and I hit control 1. And now I'll always go back to control 1 to use this exact army. You have not enough minerals. Keep making probes. Let's go ahead and make another pylon. We're getting close. Let's make a second pylon. We'll make it over here. And now, it's been a while since we've seen what's going on. Let's go ahead and make a sentry. Around like 6 minutes, let's go ahead and be like, let's make a hallucinated phoenix. And let's send it right, this base first, hold shift, click this base, hold shift, and then click this base. And we'll just see, and we can even hold shift and click this base just to be like, they take the gold. I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. We're not gonna worry about what he's building. Again, it's not a big deal. We just wanna know how many bases he's on. And now you can see my upgrades are getting close to finishing. This guy looks like he's on one base economy. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to my base right now. And we're gonna be like this. Weapons are finishing. We're gonna go Cybernetics Core, or Twilight Council, sorry. Twilight Council. A second Forge. And we're gonna add on more gates now. We're gonna add on 4 more gates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, SimCity doesn't really matter. Don't worry too much about it. Oops.
Research complete.
And go over here. Look at my base. It's fully saturated because we've been making probes the whole time. Gas. Let's go ahead and go back to my upgrades really fast. Be like, armor. And the second forge is about done. So we're going to start another upgrade here. Weapons and charge. And we're going to go chrono. We're chronoing upgrades now that we're fully saturated on 3 bases. Let's make another nexus here. Because we're fully saturated on 3 bases and we don't want to stop making probes at 66. So rotate probes, rotate one more over here. And now it's 16. We're oversaturated, so let's grab 2 here. And perfect. So we'll send these 2 down here. And we're going to make probes up to, again, 3 more. And now 3, 4. We just made enough probes to guard myself here. Now he's attacking me. This guy is attacking me. So let's go ahead and do this. A-move it. And just deal with it with our current army. Now, how's our base? Let's chrono boost the upgrades. Chrono. Let's make another Colossus. Don't worry about the fight, guys. It's not a big deal. It'll whatever happens is already gonna happen at this point. Don't even look at it. If you want to like make sure you don't want to mess up on the macro. Make stalkers. And we'll do this once again. Select the army. Select. Go here. Boom. And now we're fully saturated with all of our probes. We need 1 more actually. And we're 75, like we want to hit. So we're looking good. We're looking great. He actually killed one of my gates. Let's go ahead and add on some more gates. My money's getting kind of high. So let's be like this. Gate. Just add on a few more gates because our money's getting a little high. We can't literally spend all of it. Be like, gas. Cool. Make another pile over here. Sweet. And now, with this next round of units here, when we're at around 140, like I said last time, we want to go Zealot mode now. Around 140 supply is when you're like, oh, okay, it's time to go Zealots. Cool beans. Keep chronoing upgrades. We're not worrying about Blink. We're not worrying about Adepts. We're not worrying about anything that requires micro. We just made Stalkers early because it's a safe unit to make. Because in case he goes Muta Rush or Banshee Rush or Fast Air, any way, the Stalker can deal with that really easy peasy. But now we're going Zealots because Zealots are actually going to auto micro themselves with charge, with upgrades as well. Let's grab 2 probes, send them over here. Now we can even start another base right now. We'll start at the gold, why not? Our supply is getting really high. We are getting close to max, or to supply blocking here, so let's make some more pylons. We just made 4 pylons and a nexus, so that's right there, like 40 supply or so. Or like 46 or some shit like that. Let's make another Colossus, chrono boost upgrades again. And we'll start making Zealots as soon as our next round of pylons finish, because I need more supply to do that. So make Zealots. And you can see my APM jumps up really high when I make Zealots, because I'm literally just going click as fast as I can. And now we're about maxed. Look at our gas again. Our gas is surpassing our minerals now, once again. So let's go and do this. Let's make a Twilight Council. And we're about to move out, and we're getting a lot of money again, so let's do this once again. Gateway. Let's just add on a lot of gates. Like 6 gates. It's great. Because now, our gateway count's going to go really high. Send it back to mining. Let's go select all army, and just A-move it. Where we're getting attacked at right now. And now we can be like, let's make more Zealots!
You must construct additional pylons.
Chrono booster upgrades. And just to see what the army looked like, to give you guys a little idea here. This is what macro looked like with my army versus his army. Okay? You ready? This is the size of my opponent's army. Look at the supply. This is what macro does for you if you macro. He's got a 90 supply Roach Hydra army. We have a maxed out Colossus, Stalker, and Charge Lot army. How do you defend Roach? Stalkers behind a wall. We would have crushed Stalkers with Stalkers behind a wall, no problem. But look at this fight. This is what the fight looks like when you have someone who macros properly versus someone who doesn't. I just have way too much stuff. Did I lose a single unit in that fight? Look at my units lost right now. We have 12 units lost. I actually lost 1 unit in that fight. That's the power of macro, boys. We did not micro anything. It was just macro. It was just, oh, let's attack that area. Because he's there. If he doesn't attack me, I'll attack his base, obviously. But if he attacks me, I will defend the area by attacking towards it. My bro is tweaking out over progress and health bars. Mind turning them on? Sure. Alright, that's pretty much it right here. It's life bars. Progress goes under life bars, I believe. Enable enemy unit selection. That's not even on? Holy shit. I haven't clicked. I guess I haven't been microing, so it hasn't even been important yet. But turn that on. That's also important. That's annoying if that's not on. Equip the Colossus again. It's fine. Alright. Alright guys, next game. Let's go. Flyer help. I don't even know, dude. I don't ever go through those settings. It's been so long since I've actually looked at that stuff. I do agree though. I also like having life bars on. I'm just not really trying to make this too complicated by like doing a lot of stuff here. Alright, so what are we against again? If you don't know what you are against, you can check like that by clicking this little box up here. It shows you, oh, it's a Zerg. So we're going to wall the front again because it's a Zerg player. Re-rally my Nexus to the mineral line after I make a probe. This probe can make a pylon right there again because this is, that pylon I just made is the center of a pylon field that reaches both walls. It's perfect. You don't want it to be in the wall. You want it to be a little bit behind the wall and reach both. It's perfect. Now our pylon's finishing, so as soon as it's done, Chronobus the Nexus, and we'll make a gateway. We'll make it like right there. A way you can always check as well, if your building is not going to be messed up, is look at this. You want to have the little red box here lined up with it, so if you move up one, it's green, but you know the wall is blocking with you. That's how you check to see if your building is not going to mess up. So there's not going to be a gap in your wall. And if you want to double confirm it, do it again, like just like we said. Try to go through it. If it doesn't work and you have to go around it, you've done it correctly. Let's make a couple of gases. I'm holding shift when I build gases like that if I want to build them both at the same time. And if I keep holding shift and then right click the mineral line, that gives the probe rallied command or queued up commands. So we can chrono boost again on the Nexus. We're ready to go for another round. You can tell how often the chrono boost is ready because of this big bar right here, this silver bar or gray bar. Tells you the progress of chrono. Now let's put one gap in between the core and the gate. And let's put another gate below it. Now look at the probe. The only way it can go out is through the front door. The reason why I built 2 gates as well this time instead of just 1 is because this is a bigger wall than normal. Now let's put some probes on our gases. Probes on the gases. Yay! Last probe goes in the mineral line. Cool. Now let's go ahead and make oh, we're actually supply blocked. So we supply blocked. Whatever. Shit happens, right? But you're like, okay, let's fix that right now and quickly remedy that situation by making a pylon before the Nexus. Now we'll make the Nexus. And now we will also re-rally our Nexus to the natural. And send the probe on mining the natural now. We'll start warp gate for our core. And then we're going to make a stalker next, and then a sentry third. And we're going to keep making probes, and we're going to keep chrono boosting probes. We can even make another pylon here right now, just so we can have extra vision of this area of my base. And then as soon as this zealot's done, this is the order you make it. Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, Stalker, 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 Stalker. That's all it is. So this Stalker we just made can go up here and kill this Overlord that's in my base right now. We can make another pylon. Stalker go kill the Overlord. Cool. Chrono boost my Nexus. We can make another pylon up here so we can stab vision of this. And now we have, we're getting a lot of money here. Let's go ahead and make a Robo. Now we have a Sentry. And now we're just going to be making probes. Probes and Stalkers for the time being. And we'll eventually get Colossus Tech, just like we have before. So if this guy were to attack me right now, we'll put my army back here. If this guy were to attack me right now, he'll be attacking into a wall off with Stalkers behind it, which is not good for Zerg. And we can be like this. Grab our whole army right now and go control 1 on all of it. And there you go. Look, it's attacking me. Perfect. So he's committing to fighting me. So since he's actually made this many lings, let's respond to it by going like this. Shield battery. Shield battery. We're still making probes. The big thing here, guys, is we're still making probes. GG. Chrono boost my Nexus. I can make a Robo Bay. My gateway broke. Let's go ahead and rebuild it. Now we can make a couple gases. I just got all in, and it didn't matter. You're like, oh, cool. I didn't even use my sentry. I didn't micro shit. Alright, that was Protoss. Bronze 3, guys. We're now Bronze 2.